Model with registry model. I hope you can see my screen.
Yes, yes.
Okay. So the agenda of today's session is Azure ML and Registry. We are in previous session we have okay,
AutoML, right?
yes, we have already created AutoML and MLflow. We have worked on MLflow and AutoML. But in today's session, we will talk about today we will talk about model registry, how we can register our model with this model registry and endpoints. So this would be fast API, and using this API or fast API, we can use our model anywhere, any web portal or any external source or external device. They don't require any prerequisite of this basic libraries and supportive library. For
Okay.
this, we will be using our Databricks key credentials. With this key credentials, we will be accessing our machine learning model. So this is the agenda of today's session. Before going through the code, before jump to the coding section directly, allow me to explain basic MLflow. MLflow is an open source we have seen earlier. It's a platform for developing models, generative AI application. It has following primary component. You can track your model, you can create your model, you means you can manage and deploy your model, you can register your model, which we are going to focus in today's session in order to deploy your version and annotation capability. And this AI agent is also there. This is Databricks, and we are going to communicate with Azure ML using MLflow experiments, and model registry is the last endpoint. Then here you can see this AI ML endpoint. We will be creating this endpoint for further use, and this can be further go for Kubernetes and online endpoint self-management will be there. So this is all about manage ML flow. I'll share this PPT or upload on the respective course line. So you will have this PPT. Here you can see this model registry is again playing very important role. This is integrated with Unity Catalog, centralize all AI models and artifacts. So Databricks provides a fully managed hosted version of MLflow, building on open source experience to make it more robust and scalable for enterprise use. So we can serve this model, we can monitor, and we can train our model. So this is entire CI/CD pipeline or autonomous process. MLflow already have this metrics. I'm not going to explain these parts. I'm just referring this downstream.
What actually registry does?
It is going to register or going to create your endpoint for your further purpose. For example, you want to use your model for any website, any web app.
So in the
So
backend, you can call the service.
yes, so for this web app or website, you can use these endpoints once you have registered your model. So this
Okay.
is going to monitor your staging, production, archive. So what kind of CI/CD tool is there? What kind of other monitor tools are there? It is going to taking care of everything.
And this registry is directly interacting with AKS, or we have to make
No,
the connection.
AKS is entirely different part.
Okay.
Without AKS, as far as this AKS is concerned, you don't have to integrate AKS here. So today's session we won't include. We will see how to create endpoints, how to register our model, how to give this collaboration model lifecycle without AKS.
Okay.
So AKS is not the integral part of your registry.
Okay.
So this is model registry, and here we have three different parts. For example, you are testing your model, so you can come back here and inside this registry you can test. And if you are doing to production and you are archived, this is no longer used. And finally you can create a REST endpoint. This we will be creating, and here in this diagram you can see AKS is not included.
So if AK is not included, then where exactly this REST endpoint will run? Any compute engine or anywhere?
They will store in your DBFS. They will
Okay.
store this endpoint in your Databricks file system or your ADLS Gen 2. You can store in ADLS Gen 2 as
That
well.
means from your compute, it will take the power, right, to run the
Yes,
endpoint.
yes, yes, yes.
Okay.
So here we are model serving, automatic feature lookup, online store, Databricks features, and model tracking.
Okay.
I created this PPT to give the basic idea regarding this model registry. Here we can see this option is there, and this is going to take care of your users cluster, jobs, workspace, and model registry. So to model registry UI is accessible from the Databricks workspace. From the model registry UI, you can conduct the following activity as part of workflow. Register a model from the run space, edit a model version description, transition of model version, view model version activity and annotation, search register model or delete model version. So entire life cycle or ML ops you can say. So here ML ops concept is going to commence.
Okay.
Okay. So if you look at here in this PPT, here we have model training and creating this one. Can you see model? This is tracking server. This is logging, and this is entire development where we have model training and model validation. Okay, I believe it's enough theory. I don't want to discuss this theory. I'll upload this PPT. We will discuss later on.
Yeah, please attach the PPTs very
Sure,
nicely.
certainly. I'll do that. Okay. So, first and foremost, import, or I must write ingest data set from GitHub. First and foremost, I need to ingest data set from my GitHub profile. So, if I open this URL from my GitHub profile, if I remove this part or something kind of control A GitHub session, if I explore my CSV files here I can view my CSV file telco. Here you can see telco's customer churn with registry model. This data file, this CSV file we are working since day one. So I have uploaded this file with limited columns. Here we have first one is the integer one, second property value is integer again, tenure is integer format, phone service is category. We will be using this category column, and here we have monthly charge in decimal and total charge in decimal. Only limited columns are there. I have already uploaded this data set here so that we can click on this raw and control A, control C, and going to run this cell. Oh, just delete it, and going to write shell scripting. So I'll write person
Percentage.
sh, and it will remove existing directory if any here. So dbfs slash ml underscore lab. Then it will create a new directory with the same address inside the same address. So slash dbfs slash ml underscore lab, and then I use wget widget, and then with this same address dbfs oblique ml underscore lab, I'm going to provide my raw data. This is what I need to provide here. Let's run this cell so that we can import our data set here. Data database is IP. Make sure. Oh,
You have to give the file name, I think. Yeah,
yes,
slash
yes, yes,
something.
yes. So let's say customer one dot csv. So this is connected my GitHub profile, and then here we have this file. Let's take another. Let's see notebook. We text ingest data from GitHub. Break with modern registry. Okay. Now I'm going to read this data set. So what I'll do here, I'll read data set. So in order to read this data set, I'll have to import basic library. With this basic libraries, I'm going to use my PySpark code. Spark.read and header, and this must be the same name. So this would be customer1.csv. Let's run. Oh, let's run this cell first. Let's run this cell. Syntax error. This should be Python. Oh, by default Python. Now entire data set is stored in data variable. Okay. Can you see, if you will expand this part, you will find all the columns here, but they are in string format. So what I'll do, I'll write display columns. So I'll write data dot columns. Hit run. We will have all the columns here. Till here, any question, any query?
No, it's fine.
Okay. Now I need to clean data set. With this clean data set, I need to remove null values. So what I'll do, I'll overwrite this data, and using this drop NA, I'll be selecting these columns. These are all phone service and monthly service and tenure, senior citizen, total charges, everything is in respective data type. So their field are in respective. Phone service is string format. These are in float. These senior citizen tenure are in integer. So I'm going to remove my tenure and going to convert into respective data type as well.
Yeah, understood.
Okay. Now I'm going to split my data into train and test. So for this, I'm going to perform splits. With this splits, random split is there, 70%, 30% ratio is there. And then training rows and testing rows are there. Okay. So here we have all training rows, here we have all testing rows. So 4913 are in training rows, 21119 records are in testing rows. Any question?
No.
Okay. Now I'm going to segregate into category and numerical columns in different variables. So I'm going to import my pipeline string index vector assembler. I'll be using this logistic regression as well and going to provide this category feature. So this phone service is a string format. So I'm going to use this string format. Rest are numerical ones. So here I'm going to use my numerical ones. So category
Uh,
feature and
just
num-
one or two questions. What
yes.
this pipeline does actually?
Pipeline, we will be using this pipeline. I'll come to that point.
Okay.
So this will be performing there because in the next step we are going to define the feature engineering and model training algorithm step. Okay. So through this string indexer, what I'm going to use, I'm going to convert my category indexer. This is my category index. This is my category feature. So with this category feature, I'm going to provide input column and output column would be category feature plus IDA for all this. This would be concatenated. Name will be concatenated. As far as this number vector is concerned, I'm going to use my vector assembler for my input columns, like all my numerical features. Those are in numbers. Once they are encapsulated in a single one, and later on I'll convert into vector format. What's the meaning of this number scalar? This number scalar will convert my normalization. So this would be normalized part. For this normalization, I'm going to use minimax scalar method. Finally, this is going to create vector assembler, input column and output column, and going to perform this logistic regression. Actually, this part is entirely based upon feature engineering.
So the string indexer does what actually if you just repeat once?
Uh, what is this? Is string
The
indexer.
yeah.
String indexer is actually like my column names are there. Monthly, this is input columns is this one. Phone service. So it will be converted into phone service IDX. This will
Okay.
include that suffix index number. So the final, if you will look at the final training part, I'm going to. display in, let's say, going to display category indexer part. uh, just wait. Can you see? So using a string indexer from PySpark to convert category feature into numerical index, because we know that every category values and every string must be converted into numerical ones. Is that
Okay.
connecting?
Okay.
Also, it will it will provide input columns, category feature. This is name of the category column you want to index, and it will add IDX, the name of the column that will hold the index values, integer representation, each category. This is one. Second one, we have numerical features. But if you recall here, we have not included senior citizen. Why? Because senior citizen we want to make as a target column. We want to predict using this regression method. The senior citizen should be my target column. Rest are like this one, features, training purpose, 1 2 3 4 5, and under the training we have two category. First one is string, second one is in numerical. The string में भी phone service मेरा feature column हो गया, और 1 2 3 4 ये चारों मेरे numerical column हो गए. Therefore they are not including senior citizen anywhere here in this number features, because that needs not to be converted into vector format. तो ये सारे नंबर की वैल्यू को क्या करेगा, वेक्टर फॉर्मेट में कन्वर्ट करेगा.
वेक्टर मतलब ये न्यूमेरिक हो गया, राइट?
यस.
और इस ये करने के पीछे कारण क्या है एक्चुअली?
Because we want to combine this entire list. Just wait. Can you see? Uh, this. Can you see? If your input is this one, if your data frame looks like this, tenure, monthly charge, and then total charge. Then again monthly charge, and then total charge. Then after applying vector space, the output will be this. तो जितने भी वहां पर inputs है ना, वो सब इस फॉर्मेट में आ जाएंगे.
अच्छा, ओके.
ठीक है. 1 2 3 4. See. एक ही वेक्टर में, एक ही आपके कॉलम में आ जाएंगे. ठीक है. एज फार एज दिस मिनिमम स्केलर, सो दिस इज गोइंग टू नॉर्मलाइज माई नंबर वैल्यूज, क्योंकि कोई किसी रेंज में होंगी, कोई किसी रेंज में होंगी, तो सबको एक ही रेंज में करने के लिए हमें नॉर्मलाइज करना होगा. फॉर नॉर्मलाइज वी हैव सेवरल मेथड्स. आउट ऑफ सेवरल मेथड्स वी आर यूजिंग मिनिमम मैक्स min max method here. And finally we are going to use this feature method to
एंड दिस फीचर मेथड क्या करेगा एक्चुअली?
just wait. लॉजिस्टिक रिग्रेशन बेस्ड। कहाँ पर फीचर मेथड, ये वाला फीचर वेक्टर।
हम्म।
हाँ, ये अगेन जो हमारा इनपुट्स होंगे ना, जितने भी फोन सर्विस और नॉर्मलाइजेशन, जैसे फोन सर्विस कहाँ से आएगा, हमारे इससे ऊपर से, ठीक है।
अच्छा, तो
और
ये वेक्टराइज फॉर्म है फोन सर्विस
ये
इंडेक्स।
फिर से वेक्टराइज फॉर्म में आएगा।
अच्छा।
नाउ देयर इज, so we are going to combine multiple numerical columns into a single column called numeric features, scales vector 0 to 1, producing normalized feature. So both category now index scaled into one feature vector. तो ये वाला जो है ये हमारा कैटेगरी और न्यूमेरिकल दोनों को ही एक उसमें करके रखेगा, राइट।
हम्म। मतलब इट विल डिस्ट्रीब्यूट इन बिटवीन 0 to 1, राइट?
यस। Now finally we are going to change the step.
Can you display these algo ones actually? Maybe
Yes,
some.
this is logistic regression. Here we have label column जो हमारा टारगेट कॉलम है, जिसको
Hmm.
हमें रिग्रेशन के थ्रू हमें बाइनरी रिग्रेशन है। तो अगर इसमें दो क्लास है तो ये दो क्लास के लिए अलग अलग करेगा। फीचर कॉलम फीचर्स, इफ यू गो अप हियर वी हैव फीचर्स मींस दिस वन, कैन यू सी आउटपुट विल बी फीचर्स। जितने भी
Correct.
हमारे न्यूमेरिकल और कैटेगरी कॉलम्स थे, दे आर इनकैप्सुलेटेड इन फीचर्स आउटपुट। तो
Yeah.
फीचर्स में ये ट्रेन करेगा मैट्रिक्स आइटरेशन मींस इसका टोटल आइटरेशन क्या होने चाहिए, एंड रिग्रेशन पैरामीटर। सो दिस इज ऑल slope and all mathematical terms, so it's taking that arguments here.
Hmm.
On the basis of these parameters we are going to train our model, okay, and this training is stored in algo,
Okay.
ठीक है। Now we are going to change the step as stages in a pipeline, and this pipeline is going to stage. तो हमारा कैटेगरी इंडेक्सर है, न्यूमेरिकल इंडेक्स वेक्टर है, नंबर स्केलर है, फीचर वेक्टर, ये सबको एक ही स्टेज में लेके आएगा पाइपलाइन में।
अच्छा, तो स्टेजेस के अंदर जो भी है, कैट इंडेक्सर नम वेक्टर, ये सारे फीचर है ये।
यस, ये ऊपर हमने सब डिफाइन किए हैं। ये देखिए लेफ्ट में देखिए, ये कैट इंडेक्सर है,
जी।
नंबर है, नंबर स्केलर एंड देन फीचर 1 2 3 4, ठीक है।
तो जब हम पाइपलाइन हिट करेंगे तो एक एक करके वो स्टेप डेटा फ्रेम रन करेगा क्या?
हाँ, और फिर फाइनली एल्गो जो हमने बनाई है उसको ये एक ही उसमें ट्यून करेगा, एक ही फॉर्म,
अच्छा। अच्छा।
ठीक है। सो यू आर क्रिएटिंग 1 2 3 4, ठीक है। ठीक है, सो दिस इज creating, you are creating a sequence of transformation and model combine into a single pipeline. Here is what each stage likely presents. Okay, now I'm going to use this pipeline to train my data set. prepare data and fit the model algorithm. Let's see. So using pipeline.fit, I'm going to train my model. Did I run this code? Okay. If everything looks fine, it's going to train my data set and going to load the widgets, which is, अगर आप experiment पे जाएंगे, if you expand this experiment from left point,
या
Databricks,
यहाँ
can
पे
you see?
दिखेगा हमें, अच्छा
Yes, this
ओके।
is, देखिए आप 1 अगस्त को ये स्टार्ट हुआ 8030 है. If you click on this ML and Azure Databricks, you will find it's a training
अच्छा
0 second ago. It's creating my data set or training part is there. Can you see model widgets? It's taking less than 30 seconds. Model train. If you
यस
click in this one, experiment, you can expand this experiment option here. This is MLflow, finished. And can you see register model is still pending. We do not
यस
have any, we have not registered this model as of now.
यस
So it's showing everything, but register model is still. So on right top, we can see register model option is there.
यस
Once it is finished, your data is showing finished, everything looks fine, you can register your model.
द
So
मोमेंट यू रजिस्टर एंड पॉइंट विल बी क्रिएटेड।
yes, no, ऐसा नहीं है, थोड़ा टाइम लेगा. You can
अच्छा
go back here, system metrics, trends, and artifacts are there. Here we have several other parts are there, and estimator, JSON, everything is there. ठीक है, ये जितने भी inputs हैं देखिए यहाँ पे सब दिखा रहा है इसके.
अच्छा
ठीक है. Now I'm going to register model. But what happens if you clicking on this experiment tab, inside this pane you will have this invisible guide. This is first model. There might be other models as well, other algorithm, other training part भी हो सकता है, but you will have to select the top one and then register model. Here you can see it's showing Unity catalog. So through Unity catalog it's showing existing model, जैसे LLM के या llama के, इसके जैसे relevant जो भी models है वो यहाँ पे show रहे हैं. But I'm going to create my own model, so I'm going to use my workspace model registry. Here we have existing model as well. So I'm going to create new model. So this new model would be, for example, customer DevOps underscore August underscore O1. I'm going to name it and register. Once it is registered, can you see here it is showing customer DevOps August 1 is there. Now this model is registered with version number 1 क्योंकि अब इसका एक ही version create हुआ है.
जी
Again, you can expand this models tab under AI ML. Here you will find your registered model.
हम्म
This is customer DevOps. This is version 1. बट आप ऊपर भी देख रहे हैं कि इनकी यहाँ पर और भी वर्जन है, जैसे वर्जन 2 है किसी के भी, और इनका
हम्म
ये स्टेज है. दिस स्टेज इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट एंड सो मेनी क्वेश्चंस आर बीइंग आस्क्ड इन इंटरव्यू और सर्टिफिकेशन. व्हाट डू यू अंडरस्टैंड बाय स्टेज एंड प्रोडक्शन, और कैसे आप उसको कन्वर्ट करोगे, ट्रांसफॉर्म करोगे. सो दैट्स वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट पार्ट हियर. I'm going to click on this model. Here I can see this is consisting of version number 1. तो what will happen अगर मैं इसमें कोई भी और चेंज करूंगा या कुछ और फर्दर पार्ट करता हूं, दोबारा से मॉडल आर्टिफैक्ट क्रिएट कर दूंगा, इट विल जंप टू वर्जन नंबर 2. और अभी आप अगर इसे देखोगे तो ये अभी किस में है, ये आपके अ, अभी आपके स्टेजिंग में है या लेटेस्ट वर्जन में है. ठीक है, इसको आपको प्रोडक्शन में भी लाना होगा इवेंचुअली. ठीक है, बट वी विल सी दिस पार्ट लेटर ऑन. बट एज ऑफ नाउ अगर आपके और भी क्रिएटेड होंगे, सो इट इवेंचुअली consequently it will create version 2, version 3, version 4 and so on. Let's
Okay.
use this model for inference. So I want to use this model for inference कि मुझे टेस्ट डेटा करना है या किसी ML मतलब फ्रंट एंड पे या कोई फ्रंट API क्रिएट करनी है, तो आई विल यूज दिस मॉडल फॉर इन्फ्रेंस. सो आई एम गोइंग टू मॉडल वर्जन 1 क्योंकि अभी मेरा करंटली ओनली वन वर्जन इज अवेलेबल फॉर दिस registered model. So I'm going to use this, and let's endpoint and going to use endpoint DevOps underscore August underscore 01 and let's compute में small करता हूँ. बट इसके पहले मैं क्या करता हूँ, so that it won't take much time, I'm going to jump my compute resource and let me check, do I have dedicated transform. Okay, true label. Hmm. Let me check other part as well. For example, this is this is gonna test my test model कि इसकी probability और इसकी prediction क्या है. True label. Or I want to generate evaluation metrics. कि इसकी accuracy कितनी आ रही है. So check the simple accuracy. Let's check this accuracy. This accuracy is around 83.81 something. आपको इंडिविजुअल क्लास की मैट्रिक्स देखनी है. So here you need to change your labels and first and foremost आपको ये चेक करना होगा कि आपके सीनियर सिटीजन्स में कितने डिफरेंट यूनिक कॉलम्स हैं. So if only two columns are there, you can keep it label 0 and 1. If more than two columns, you will have to keep it 0, 1 and 2. Similarly, for this individual metrics, we will have to class 1 for my precision. This is evaluator formula. For my recall, for my F1 score. So this would be given for each matrix. This will give accuracy for my each matrix for class 0, class 1. Is that clear? So I can obtain my overall precision, overall recall, and overall F1 score as well.
Yeah. Can you just go little up once?
Yes. This one?
No, not before. There are many vectors are created. If you go up to that, maybe one level up.
This one?
Yeah. What exactly it is doing here actually?
It is combining all my training features. Features, जो मेरे features है ना,
अच्छा
वो
ऊपर के जो 5 फीचर है
हाँ
उसके
5
ऊपर
फीचर्स हैं जिनको वो ले रहा है, तो उस सब की वैल्यू को एक ही वेक्टर में डाल दिया उसने. पहले उसने नॉर्मलाइज किया और नॉर्मल करके अलग अलग लेने की जगह उसने एक वेक्टर बना दिया. तो इफ यू कैन सी ईच वेक्टर इज कंसिस्टिंग ऑफ 5 वैल्यूज.
बट यार
1 2
रो नंबर 2 में
3
देखेंगे ना.
4 5.
बट ये रो नंबर 2 को जरा एक्सपांड कीजिए एक बार. वहां पे भी ऐसा दिखना.
हाँ,
हाँ. अच्छा
2
ओके
3
ओके
4
इसकी
5.
प्रेस.
So each
अच्छा.
row is converted to this one. बराबर हो गया। ईच रो इज कन्वर्टेड टू दिस वन वेक्टर जो उसका ट्रेनिंग में जा रहा है।
करेक्ट करेक्ट।
इट्स नॉट इंक्लूडिंग माई दिस वन, ये जो आपका वो है सीनियर सिटीजन, वो मेरा टारगेट कॉलम है। और
हाँ
टोटल कॉलम कितने थे? 6।
करेक्ट।
1 2 3 4 5 6।
So based on 6 columns, there are 5 vectors been created. Then all these vectors are grouped actually, right?
All features are grouped and created as single vector. That's correct sentence.
Okay, all features are grouped and created a
Single
correct.
vector consisting of 5 values in each vector.
Okay, okay.
Then we check evaluation metrics for this senior citizen and prediction value. For this, we just check simple accuracy. This accuracy obtaining 83.81.
Yeah, clear.
Clear? This is class-wise metrics. Just keep remember if you have more than one two labels. अभी तो मेरे पास सीनियर सिटीजन में केवल 2 ही लेबल्स हैं, बट अगर आपके 3 लेबल्स हैं, 4 लेबल्स हैं, 5 लेबल्स हैं, यू विल हैव टू इंक्रीज दिस मैट्रिक्स, दिस
यहाँ पर मैं क्या क्या लेवल यूज किया एक्चुअली? ऊपर ही यूज किया ना,
ऊपर
दो ही
0 1
column?
ही है। एक्चुअली सीनियर सिटीजन में क्या है, 0 और 1। ये देखिए, 0 या 1,
Hmm,
देखिए 1 या 0, थर्ड क्लास है ही नहीं। That's why I'm keeping only 0 and 1 in this list. In
correct.
case you have in your data set, you have target column में 3, तो you will have to make it 2 as well. अगर आपके 4 क्लास है तो 4 के लिए यहाँ पे ये सेम कोड रन करेगा, बट वो 4 क्लास के लिए रन करेगा।
ओके, मेरा एक क्वेश्चन है। फॉर
Yes.
एग्जांपल मेरा अगर दो टारगेट कॉलम अगर है, तो
दो
मेरे को
टारगेट कॉलम कैसे हो जाएंगे?
नहीं हो सकते राइट? अच्छा, एक ही
नहीं
कर
हो
दो।
सकते हैं, लेकिन आपको उसको मल्टी लीनियर या कुछ और एल्गोरिथम लगाना चाहिए, लगाना पड़ेगा ना।
अच्छा, ओके।
ये तो लीनियर रेग्रेशन यहाँ पे जो एल्गोरिथम हमने लगाई है वो तो सिंगल टारगेट को लेके चलेगी ना।
हाँ 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 हाँ, करेक्ट करेक्ट।
इसके लिए तो फिर थ्योरी अलग होगी सब कुछ।
वो एक आता है मल्टी वेरिएट रिग्रेशन समथिंग लाइक दैट।
नाउ हियर वी हैव वेटेड मैट्रिक्स, सबका ओवरऑल प्रिसीजन क्या है और सबका बात क्या है। नाउ दिस स्टेप इज एक्सप्लोरिंग कि आप एक्सपेरिमेंट में कहाँ जाइए, कहाँ आपको लेफ्ट पेन में जाना है, कहाँ रजिस्टर मॉडल करना है, जो अभी हम कर रहे थे कि आपको कौन सा मॉडल वर्जन 1 होना चाहिए, 2 होना चाहिए। दैट्स वी आर डूइंग हियर। हियर मॉडल वर्जन 1 एंड पॉइंट्स के नेम होना चाहिए, कंप्यूट रिसोर्सेस होना चाहिए। इन ऑर्डर टू गेट दिस रियल टाइम इन्फ्रेंस, आपको रियल टाइम कहीं से डेटा चाहिए, किसी वेबसाइट पे डालना है, किसी उस पे डालना है, ठीक है, एंड पॉइंट्स बनाने हैं। तो आपको कैसे बनाना है? तो आई एम गोइंग टू क्रिएट, बट बिफोर दिस क्रिएटिंग एंड पॉइंट्स आई एम गोइंग टू स्टॉप माई क्लस्टर, क्योंकि मेरे पास इतना कोटा नहीं है, बिकॉज दिस विल टेक मच टाइम एंड आई एम गोइंग टू क्रिएट दिस एंड पॉइंट। It's now creating. First version 1 CPU small compute resource लेगा 4 dbu pending। if you can see this is event logs, endpoints create हो रहे हैं। once it is created it will be ready to use from this point। जब ये use वाला आपका blue हो जाए, समझ लीजिए आपके endpoints ready हो गए, otherwise it's in pending stage।
अच्छा,
which version you have deployed, you have registered, you are deploying version number 1, which model you are creating, you have name it here, what kind of cluster you are using, compute cluster you are going to explain here।
क्लियर, अमेजिंग।
This is serverless budget policy and creating endpoints। Can you see serving endpoints?
करेक्ट।
The same you can see, go back here, if you will find here on left hand side, अगर आप मॉडल में लेफ्ट में सर्विंग देखते हैं, तो सर्विंग को अगर आप एक्सपैंड करते हैं न्यू टैब में, तो here you can see this is showing serving points and previous मेरे serving points मेरे यहाँ पे दिखाई दे रहे हैं आपको, but this is not ready which is currently running. If I click on this endpoint DevOps August 1, it's still in pending condition.
Hmm. So first it will launch the compute machine and then on top of it it
Yes,
will
that's why
get.
it's taking sometimes ये 15 मिनट भी ले लेता है, 10 मिनट भी ले लेता है,
Hmm.
but ये काम पक्का करेगा आपका. The entire step I just written over here कि select आप experiment से left pane से आप ये करें, फिर select notebook करें, फिर details करें, registry model करें and so on करें. सारे step मैंने यहाँ पे लिख दिए हैं. So that any time in future you come back here after this matrix and all, you can यहाँ पे लिख भी देता हूँ.
अच्छा, इसमें स्केलेबिलिटी का भी ऑप्शन रहता है क्या?
Yes, now stop your learning cluster. Yes, it is taking care of everything.
Automatic. I mean, we do not have any provision to
I
select the
I
booking
believe so.
quota.
Once this once this cluster is running, we can paste the sample serving from left pane serving endpoint browser request and send request. So you will have to take sample data. आपको sample data लेना होगा. So sample data जो आपके features के लिए काम आए. That
Okay.
sample data must be in key and format or I would say in data frame records is equal to phone service no जो भी आपने 5 कॉलम दिए उनके नेम और उनकी एक वैल्यू कोई भी. So this is सिंगल रो जैसा आप मशीन लर्निंग करते हैं.
Mm-hmm.
So you can code copy from endpoint. One register model is ready for use for model. Let me check. क्रिएट ही हो रहा है कंटेनर रजिस्टर, ये इसके सारे स्टेप्स हैं. If anything gets failed here, you can check here in log terms. Can you see? It will create anything build log and service log. Otherwise, you can see their events. यहाँ पर ये सारे क्रिएट दिखाएगा. जब तक ये यूज ब्लू नहीं हो जाता, you cannot create your endpoints.
Okay. और यहाँ पे रियल टाइम में
और
इसमें
एक
कोटा
मिनट,
भी दे
जस्ट
सकते हैं.
जस्ट वेट
अच्छा.
अ मिनट. एक और चीज आपको करनी होगी. यू विल हैव टू कॉपी टोकन फ्रॉम योर डेटाब्रिक्स सेटिंग ऑप्शन. इसका मैंने पूरा पाथ दे दिया है. व्हाट एग्जैक्टली हियर यू क्लिक ऑन दिस योर नेम right top, go to setting, go to developer, go to access token, create manage and generate new tokens. And for this name it anything. For example, I'm going to create, the purpose of this token is DevOps. I'm going to create copy, going to generate this token and copy this token and will assign here. Just wait. So I'm going to control C, कंट्रोल बी, राइट. तो ये मेरा कुछ टोकन कुछ यहाँ पर आई रिप्लेस माय टोकन हियर. यू विल हैव टू रिप्लेस योर टोकन. जैसे आप चैट जीपीटी में एपीआई यूज करते हैं ना, एपीआई का कोड
हम्म. हम्म.
in order to give authorization or this part, in a similar way you are using
करेक्ट.
this code.
जैसे ग्रॉक में हम जाते हैं तो उसका एपीआई की हम कॉपी करते हैं, राइट? तो
यस यस,
काइंड ऑफ.
ट्विटर की एपीआई हम लेते हैं, फेसबुक की एपीआई लेते हैं, तो सबका कोड होता है। एडीएलएस की भी एपीआई हम यूज करते हैं।
हम्म.
So you need to copy that access token, manage and generate new tokens. This would be pasted here in this place. Before this copy code from entry points, you will have to copy us, and this user use model for inference will be enabled.
ओके.
So once your model is created, so above code will be going to write this code here. Above code will look like here. This is your serving endpoints. This is name of inputs and inputs. So you don't have to create this point. Actually, this will be here. You will have to just copy that code. It will be enabled. Use for an inference will be there, and you will have to copy that code here and just paste it here. That's it. You don't have to write this here. This is automatically generated.
Can you just repeat once?
You don't have to create this code, this piece of code.
Yeah.
I just copy this piece of code from my endpoints here. Once this a use option is use your inference option is enabled,
Hmm.
I'll go back here and use for my endpoints, use for my live testing,
अच्छा, ओके.
live streaming. So with this live streaming, I'll be able to copy this code. This code is not written by me. This code is copied from this option, from this use for inference. You
ओके.
just go here in this part, click on this real stream, and then copy that code and paste it here. That's it. This is your endpoints. Can you see this is method post and headers and all.
So if I run it, actually, the endpoint will start running.
Yes, endpoint will start running and you can test your data set, or you can copy this code in any or in your web app or website or something. It will give result on the basis of your training or something.
Okay. So maybe we would like to see that how this endpoint could have been hit.
Yes, test above endpoint for sample data. How would you are using? You have just provided this sample data. This is my this first part. This first part is my sample data here.
Mm-hmm.
If you can see, this is my sample data, and this is calling my input data function method from top of it. If you can go up, this is named input data. If you go here,
Correct. Correct.
can you see this is score model or something? Or sorry, this is input data. And if I display df, call the score model, and do write this text here, call score model function, call that function and view the prediction. It's going to call my score model and response. So where is score model defined? In this endpoint. Can you see? Here in this endpoint, the score model is defined.
Hmm.
Still creating, and so many steps are already done. Can you see?
Okay.
You can create your random test data here. Do I have this data set? Yes, sample data.
So like you create one JSON, so
Yes,
that JSON could have been invoked by the endpoint, right?
yes.
Okay.
And it will give prediction. Ki
How
whether
should I do this
this
actually?
class is this sample data is belonging to senior citizen 0 or senior citizen 1.
Hmm. So this input data you are used to create the input data frame. After
Yes.
that, actually, after
I'm going to convert to data frame.
correct, and then
Then I'm going to display it, and then I'm going to call my score model function, which is my endpoint, which is
oh,
taken from
okay.
this.
Score model. Yeah, score model is the definition. Yeah, okay.
Yep. This
And you
is
give the data frame. Okay, okay. Print response. Okay. What is the response coming then? Very easy to do. Okay.
serving entered and
So
display.
once you do the print
Can you see?
response, right?
Can you
Where
see?
it is coming?
Now this is ready for use,
Yeah, yeah.
and all
Right.
training has been completed successfully. I can click on this one, this option. Can you see? I can go
Yeah.
for query. Here I can see post and some send request and some post or pre and request option is here. I can request and get the response here. Can you see on this option? This
Yes,
is
yes, yes.
supported JSON formatted pandas, split and all, and you can ask your question. So I'll go back here and we'll move up little bit and copy this code. Not the blue one, that is endpoints, but I'm going to use direct answer. I'm going to copy this, send request. Can you see this is showing prediction is 0.
Hmm.
This is request, this is sample data, and this is only one row. Sample data with one row or record, I would say.
Yes.
And it's giving prediction. It's belonging to prediction 0. But this is direct option to get your check your model or getting inputs or insights. We have another options as well. What's that option? You just go back here in Python, and this was the endpoint I was talking about. Copy these endpoints, go to your code, scroll down, and as I said, you don't have to create this code, you will have to paste it here. Once
Correct.
this endpoints and serving endpoints are created for this particular model, you can test on this above endpoints. Is it connecting?
Correct. Correct.
Allow me to run
And
this.
how to test it is like just we'll call the definition with the data frame that we created, right?
Yes. So now you don't need above part of this code, above part of this code. I don't need this weightage, cleaning, or pre-processing, or creating logistic regression, or merging, creating vectors, everything. I don't need to bother about it. Everything has
Hmm.
been
Hmm.
encapsulated in that part.
Correct. What happened? Okay, so at the last, I think you are invoking. Maybe we could see the result there, probably.
Yes. So we had seen two options. First one, we have browser. Using this browser, we have checked this output, and we have seen this. Either you can go for this one,
SQL, okay,
yeah,
yeah.
SQL option or Python or curl. So I'm going to
Correct.
use select my Python option.
Yes, yes.
So allow me to initiate this one. This cluster is running, then only I can run that cell.
You can go last ones actually, last at last.
This one.
Yeah, so now one more cell down. One more down. Yeah. See, this has to be called, right? This response.
Yes, this is my endpoint. This method is created from here. If you go back here, can you see this is core model?
Yeah,
I
correct.
didn't create this method. This is core point. And my
I think
endpoint name is there, my model name is there, serving endpoints. My location, Azure Databricks location is there. Everything is predefined. This method is post.
correct. So now if I call this definition, right, score model
Yes.
with the JSON PDF that you Panda PDF that you created,
Hmm.
so it will give the same output, right?
Yes, it will give the same. This is alternate option.
Okay,
So now I don't have to run entire cell. I will start running this file from here only. Import PS and all.
correct. So there is above some message came, no notebook detached or something like
No, my cluster is being running actually.
that. Okay.
Once it will be in active position or in running condition, I can run my cell. I am waiting for this cluster to be run.
Okay, so that means there are two cluster running. One for the endpoint to be run,
Yes.
another one is for your code to run, right?
Yes, my quota is very less. That's why I'm using this alternate solution. Otherwise, in ground reality, you will have sufficient quota.
Okay. Okay. So in between one question, in this flow, there is a concept or maybe there is a tab called vector search. What it does actually?
Can you say it again?
Uh, there is a tab now under compute. It's a vector search actually.
Uh, where?
So where your screen previously was, right? Well, under the compute. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So not here. There was one something is
This
there.
one?
No, it was here actually. Vector search we have it, right?
This might be related to computer something.
Okay.
I don't have any idea regarding.
Okay.
Oh, now it's running. Let's run this. Import my token, access token from my Databricks setting, Databricks workspace. Then now it has imported. Now I'm going to create my serving endpoints, which is created by end service only. I'm going to test above endpoints for sample inputs. This is only one record, and here we have provided this data means this one dictionary format, JSON format, and then convert it into data frame. Later on, I can call this score model and it will provide my response. Can you see? Response is again prediction is 0.
Yes, yes, correct. Correct.
Similar way, you can run your endpoint. Like you can run your this one, what your web app or web application. You can test your sample as well.
Correct.
Anyone, any question?
No, amazing session actually. Session was amazing. I mean, very, very clear.
Hmm. Okay, so do not forget to delete your experiments. I'm going to select this one, going to delete one,
Sure.
and going to go for models. I'm going to click on this model. You can assign this permission to others as well. For example, I want to give permission to clip or you, so I can give permission who can manage, who can edit, or who can staging or production something kind of
Okay.
DevOps or MLOps part.
Okay.
So who can read, who can edit, or something kind of right.
Yes, yes.
So this
Yes.
is what permission.
Operation team might have. Yeah.
Yes, operated operation it is. So I'm going to delete my model. So once it is deleted, so these endpoints won't be no longer in use.
Correct.
Okay, I'm open to query if anyone any question.
No, I mean, we're desperately looking for this PPT and the notebook that you prepared on the fly.
Yes, I'm going to share. Just allow me a second. I'm going to. Oh, here we have two more. Can you see? This is production. This is archive. There are three stages.
Correct. Correct.
I believe I have to delete. Oh, cannot delete. Anyways, I'm going to jump my compute. I'm going to stop it here. I'm going to change dashboard.